Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little while here, but I'm back to do another review on a DreamWorks movie. Yes, another DreamWorks movie review. We're getting closer and closer to the end of these reviews. Well, as I say that, there's also more and more movies coming out, but we're pretty much getting to the end here, so I think we're getting ready to wrap things up here soon. And actually, I was looking on my shelf, and I actually do have a lot more of the movies than I thought I do. I don't have all of them on DVD. I don't have the. Also, it looks like I messed up the little K thing there on the screen there too. I did not realize that. How did that even end up there? Like, I don't know how that K ended up in my screen there. Sorry about the K by Poe, by the way. I don't even know how that ended up there. I was trying to type that out. Maybe I accidentally put it in there. I don't know. That's the problem with animation and, stuff. You can make animation mistakes, or you can make mistakes doing stuff. That just happens sometimes, unfortunately, But besides the K, I was going to say, though, I was going to talk about, I actually do not have all the DreamWorks movies. I do have a good chunk of them, though. But I do not have the Trolls 3 movie. I do not have the Chicken Run 2 movie. I do not have that. I do have Ruby Goldman and the Teenage Kraken. I do have that movie. I bought that. I do not have any of them from last year. I need to go out and buy some of these. Some of these movies, I don't know how I'm going to get them, though, because, so this is going to be kind of interesting trying to access all the movies. I might have to stop it if I can't access all the movies, like Sony, but I'm hoping it does not happen. But anywho, guys, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. And I'm going to make this review quick because I got to start making dinner here. Because I got to make dinner for my dad and me, because I make food for him and all that. Anywho, though, let us go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be reviewing yet another Kung Fu Panda movie. Yes, another Kung Fu Panda movie. I swear this franchise is kind of like it feels like Toy Story and all that. Like they have they really are milking this stuff half to death. Now don't get me wrong though. These movies have been really good so far, but I can't go wrong. I can't go and say I can't say that we haven't had a lot of TV shows and all that, and movies. We even had a whole thing with the Furious 5 on that in their own set too. So on their own adventures, apparently there's a DVD for that too. So clearly they are milking this stuff pretty bad here. Now I shouldn't say it's a bad thing, because like I said, so far the first two Kung Fu Panda movies have been very good. And although I have not seen a ton of Kung Fu Panda stuff, I have seen, there was a TV show on Nickelodeon I did watch. I never finished it, but I watched a bunch of episodes and it looked pretty good. Actually, did I ever finish it? I can't remember if I finished that or not. It did look pretty good though, but my thing is though, like How to Train a Dragon, it seems like they are banking very heavily on this stuff. But let's see how well this movie does here and all that. Let's see how well the third movie does compared to the other two. So in this movie here, we get to see Oogway again. Yes, we get to see Oogway again. He's hanging out in the spirit realm and all that. And apparently Kai, his old buddy, is basically, like Kai is basically, return and all that to like seek his revenge and all that. And he uses Oogway's, basically I think it would be soul or something to like to enter the human, or not the human, I guess the mortal realm, because technically there are no humans in Kung Fu Panda. But technically it would be the, our considered world, but in the Kung Fu Panda world, but you know what I mean, it's still the same thing, it's the real world, but, I'm just like, I'm like, I will say, I don't know how to feel about, I mean, Kai's a very, he's a very interesting villain, I will say that. I do like how he has a backstory, and, well, like the other two, he has a backstory, and I like how he was actually very close to Oogway. They were like brothers. They weren't like actual brothers, but they were, they were like close, like basically they were considered like, they treated each other like brothers, basically. So they weren't like actually related, but but Oogway stabbed him in the back because Oogway saw peace and Kai only wanted power. Now there's actually some theories out there that Oogway actually might have been originally a bad guy and actually found peace and became a good guy when he became part of the Panda Village and all that, because it was showing the Panda Village. It looks like the Panda Village actually takes place in the area where the J Palace is at now, which is pretty cool, But I don't know. It's just a theory. I don't know if it's actually true. It's not like Viper, where I feel like Viper, like we do have some kind of evidence that she kind of liked Po and all that, because she was using her wrapping her tail around his, like the doll kissing the little panda doll in the first movie and all that, and then I don't know, but I mean I feel like they kind of have abandoned that a little bit though and focus more on Tigress, which Tigress I will say is definitely I think Tigress, I don't know if I know Po likes Tigress, but I don't know if Tigress ever I think Toe. I mean, I don't know. I think Tigress and Po may be a thing too. I don't know. It could be like this with Mario. You know how you play those Mario games and you have like everybody falling in love with Mario, and all that, like those Paper Mario games. It could be like that with Kung Fu Panda. Everybody kind of just loves Po and all that, and I don't know, it's just kind of interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would say Viper is probably the more sweetest of the Furious Five, but Tigress also is the most toughest, and also kind of relates to Po, because she was also I think an orphan too and all that, and grew up with no family. And was taken to the J Palace too. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy how much close they are together. But anywho, in this movie though, we actually get to see Po's actual dad. So Po now has two dads. He has now two dads. And if you look up on Google, honestly, I think this is just stupid, but there's like people asking like, are Po's dads actual couples? And I'm like, they don't need to be couples. Like, why are we shipping them together? I mean, I guess there's people shipping Viper and all that together online too, but there were signs too that Viper might like Po, and plus this is like some of this is like fan stuff too. Some of this stuff isn't really real; it's just fan stuff too. People are actually thinking like that Poe's dads are actually a couple and all that, but no, they could be just his dads. They don't have to be in a relationship or anything. They could just be his dads and all that, you know. But I do like his dad. His dad's a pretty nice guy and all that too, and I like how Kai actually out of all the villains, I think actually Kai actually is the one so far that has succeeded the most. You could say Lord Shang exceeded too, because Lord Shang actually used all these weapons to take over China. But and he had his weapons, and he's taken down some masters. He actually killed one of them too. But I don't think he didn't possess. I mean, this guy literally possessed them. You know, all the masters and all that. He got all of them. He got all of them just to get to the Panda village basically and all that. So he literally took control over them. So he has all of them under his control. So they literally still fight and everything. So that would make Kai so far we still have the fourth movie too. And I know people are not very split, kind of mixed on that, but as for right now, Kai is definitely the probably the one that has done has the most power. Yeah, he has the most power, which is crazy, He's definitely done way more damage than the other characters have. I will say I do really like him. I don't know if I think Tai Lung is probably my favorite villain, and I probably would say he's probably the weakest of the three, but he's still a great villain. That's what's so amazing. Even though he's the weakest of the three, he's still a great villain. He's a bit more of a jokey guy. He's more he's not as serious, but he doesn't have to be. He's he's still very threatening. And like I said, he took over the entire J Palace and literally freaking enslaved all of the masters and took over their souls and all that. It's pretty crazy. Or cheese or whatever he calls them. He took their cheese. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but I will say too, I do like the part where we see the pandas actually. The pandas actually, fighting and all, learning to be themselves and actually fighting. They fight and all that, and Po sends Kai to the spirit world, because apparently he can't actually. That's what's so interesting too. I like how they brought it up from the first movie, because first movie, Tai Lung was able to be taken to the spirit world. That's because he was immortal. Kai's not immortal, so Po had to send both of them to the spirit world, which I thought was pretty cool. And I like his defeat too. I like his defeat. I will say his defeat's probably next to Tai Lung's. I would say Lord Shang's is probably not as. Yeah, he blows up himself and all, which is pretty crazy too. But I don't know. I thought the death of Tai Lung and Kai were more they were more interesting, but because Kai basically got too much power, like what Oogway was telling him. He he was trying to tell him not to take too much stuff, because if he takes too much stuff, I don't remember exactly what Oogway said, but I think he was getting at that you don't want too much power. If you get too much of it, it'll be too much for you to handle, and that's kind of what happened. He took the chi from Poe's dragon form, and literally he freaking obliterated into nothing. That's what's crazy, that's what's really crazy, but that's really crazy, But yeah, I don't know. I gotta say, I do really like it. I really do like how I do like how we get throwbacks to the first movie. We all, besides the the whole whooshy finger thing, we also get the whole thing with like Mantis talk about how he's green, and even Poe points that out too. And then he's like he has that angry look from the first movie. It's pretty funny. I don't know why. It's not just him. Viper's also green too. So she hasn't changed much of her color either. But I guess she does have those little circle on her back and all that, so that might make her stand out a little bit. But she still looks pretty green like Mantis. But I guess again, Mantis would be more green than Viper. But still, I feel like that's kind of funny that they never point out that Viper is also green. Because Poe was even bringing that up, he's like, you all look green except for you, Mantis. You were always green. And Mantis has that that irritated stare he had in the first movie is pretty funny. But Poe never points that out to Viper too. Honestly though, Viper feels like she kind of got sidelined. She feels like she's not gotten as much roles. And if I remember correctly, even in the TV show, she didn't have a lot of role either. It felt like they focused on the other characters, but not Viper. I don't know, I feel like Viper just feels like they kind of maybe they don't have a lot to do with her, I don't know. I feel like they could have included her a little bit more, but she had a few lines in this movie. But she pretty much was just in the background. Yeah, she was pretty much just in the background, even Monkey got more lines than she did. And all that, and we get to see, him fighting, we get to see him fighting Mantis, which is pretty funny too. But I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, I noticed, the Furious 5 in general definitely don't feel like they play a whole big role in here, but it makes sense because they get captured, and all that, and become one of Kai's minions. But I feel like I wish they kind of had more lines for some of these characters. Like I said, for example, like Viper. Again, Viper only has, I think she speaks at the beginning, but she really doesn't play any role. But I don't know. I just don't know what to say there. But I'm thinking about pretty much. I'm pretty much thinking I'm about done here with what I have to say. I don't know if there's much else I want to say. Well, I guess I can point out that I do like I do like Poe reconnecting with his real dad and all that, too. And we had that sad story with his mom. We actually get to see a non 2D version of it, because in the second movie we have because they literally showed the same flashback. They show the same flashback from the first, second movie, but we don't really see anything, with that. So yeah, it just feels kind of like, I don't know, it feels like, they don't really have I don't know, it just feels kind of like, kind of weird how they made it actual, match the animation from the actual movie. I think they should reveal the 2D sprites at first, but then it shows the actual CGI. Because in the second movie, the entire back story scene and all that he's seeing is actually in animated form when Poe's mom abandons him there to outrun, to get the dog guys or I don't know what kind of animals they were away from him. So I don't know, it's just kind of crazy, honestly, I don't know why they changed it, but I guess they wanted to make it a little bit more different than the first, and then the second movie. I keep calling it the first movie, no, it was the second movie, But But yeah, I don't know. But I feel like I'm kind of at the point where I feel like I am kind of running out of things to talk about. So let's go ahead and just give this a movie. We're gonna give this a good and 120 points. 120 points. Yep, I'm giving it 120 points. Actually, I might just show the good and then the 120 points. I might actually mess that up too. My bad. But that's okay, Again, like I said, I'm trying to not make mistakes here and all that. But I feel like I've been kind of just going through a lot right now and all that. But I'm really trying to not make mistakes. But yeah, I don't know. I will say though, with this movie, I was kind of close to giving this one 100, not 120, but I wanted to give it 120 because there are a lot of things I do like about it. But I will say we do get a lot of fat jokes with Poe and all that, and those pandas, which I feel like can kind of get annoying after a while because number one, we've seen these jokes before. Like even in the intro, we see Poe, walking up the stairs, which I didn't bring that up yet. There's the Kung Fu Panda DreamWorks intro, because there's another fan-made one, that they made for or custom-made one. It's not really fan-made, it's custom-made for the movie, It's got Poe trying to run up the stairs and all that, That's literally the third time they did this joke. It's basically the I Like to Move It song from Madagascar. That's what this whole trend is with Poe and all that hating stairs. It's kind of what they do. But yeah, it's just kind of it's just crazy that they do this multiple times. But yeah, they kind of do throw the fat jokes and all out there a lot, but I don't know. I feel like everything else about the movie is not really that bad. I do like I said, I really like Kai. He's a really good villain, and I do like Poe. I do like Poe. Like reuniting with his father and all that. It's pretty nice too, and all that, and we get to see Poe. We get to see Poe's dad's side of the whole story of his mom and all that, which is sad, but also touching, it's kind of crazy, but also sad, like I said. And then we get to see Tigress, because Tigress is the only one that survived. We get to see her reunite with Poe and all that too. So help him out too. So I don't. There's quite a bit of stuff I like in this movie too, and I like we get to see Oogway again too. I don't know if this movie's better than the second one. The second one was really good. I really liked the villain and all that in the second one, and I just felt like it was. I don't know, I feel like the whole story was a bit better, but I don't know, this one just, I don't know, I kind of like seeing Poe reunite with his actual dad and all that too. And I will say too, I did see this movie out of order. I don't know if I brought that up before, but I actually seen this movie before I saw the second one. I saw the first one before, but not the second one. I didn't have the second one on DVD, and this one was out. And I don't know, I don't feel like I regret really, but I mean, at the same time, I'm like, I kind of already knew, because I seen this movie, I already knew Poe's dad survived and all that. Even though it's revealed at the end of the second movie he's alive in the Panda Village. It's revealed that he's alive. It's not like, it's not like, Poe again, well, I mean, we knew that Poe's dad and all that was alive, throughout the entire movie, and it just makes it it makes you feel more emotions when you don't know exactly what's gonna happen and all that, but the whole story. But I don't know, I don't feel like since I watch movies over and over again, it doesn't really affect me too much, but that's kind of why I did it, because I watch him over and over again anyway, so it's just like, I'll watch this one anyway, because I didn't have access to the second one at the time. I have it now on DVD, but back then I did not. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't know which one I like more. I definitely think this one's better than the first movie. The first movie was really good too, and I felt like the first movie had a lot of really good messages in it too. It did have Tai Lung, but at the same time, I felt like Shifu was a lot more, of a kind of selfish to Poe and all that. I felt like it kind of went a little too far with his character and all that there. But I do like how, as these movies come out too, he does get more and more mellowed out over time. Even in this movie, like he's teaching, Poe how to, I think it was how to do chi. I think is what it was. But I like how much more patient he is and all that. Of course, he's upset at when Oogway gives Poe the staff at the end when he returns from the spirit world, because he's kind of jealous of Poe, but Poe was Oogway picks Poe for a lot of stuff, but for the most part, yeah, for the most part, he's definitely a lot more patient in the in all that in the third movie. So we see his character grow and all that too, which is kind of nice. But that's pretty much it, though. I think this is pretty much where they kind of wrap the movies up. And of course, we have a fourth one we got to talk about, but I'll have to wait for that because I don't have it on DVD for number 1 and number 2. I have a little ways to go before I get to it, but yeah, I don't know though. I will say though, yeah, I think this is still a really good movie, and like I said, I don't know if I would say it's better than the second one or not. I also don't have a comment question. I thought about putting one there, but because they're making we had the fourth movie and all that. And I hear there might be a 5th and 6th movie too. Again, we need more Kung Fu Panda movies. And I'm not saying these ones have been bad so far, but I'm just like, I don't know if especially since we wrapped up Poe's story. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what else to do there, but otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, it's not really. I'm not gonna really give it a comment question right now because I kind of want to wait. But I will say, that's pretty much all I have to say here. But I gotta go ahead and let things go anyway because I do have to make food for my dad and all that, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I gotta make food for myself. And I know I'm talking about a lot of food and all that, like when I let videos go, but I have to make food for my dad and all that too, so I'm the one who makes the meals. So anywho, see you all later. Bye bye.